Hello, my dear curious and studious students of surgery. Myself, Dr. Mahesh Chaudhary. I am warm welcoming you in my surgery lecture series. This surgery lecture series contains entire surgery with anesthesia, with radiology, with orthopedic. So stay tuned with us. Let's start our surgery lecture series. Welcome, my dear students, in my surgery lecture number 111, that is the lip. In this lecture, we will cover the pigmented lip, neoplasms, benign and malignant carcinoma of the lip and its treatment. All these points are covered in this lecture. First, we start with the pigmented lips. Brown pigmented spots on the lips, inside of the cheeks and on the palate are found in Peutz-Jeghers syndrome. That is the familial intestinal polyposis. In Addison disease, black spots may be seen on the lip. Macrocelia. Unlike macrocelia, there are only two conditions which may give rise to macrocelia. One is the lymphangioma, which is a much more common, and second is the chronic inflammation. Dear students, here is the image on your screen you are watching. This is the typical pigmented lip, and this is the second is showing on your screen. It is the macrocelia. Now the neoplasms of the lip, that is the benign neoplasm first. Benign tumors may arise from any of the tissues forming the lips: the skin, fat, fibrous tissue, muscles, blood vessels, lymphatics, nerves and specialized glands. The benign tumors which are seen in the lips are nevi, papilloma, fibroma, lipoma, hemangioma, lymphangioma, pyogenic granuloma, keratocanthoma, leukoplakia, ectopic salivary tumors. All these are the benign neoplasms of the lip. First, ectopic salivary tumor. Though this is extremely rare, it is seen in the young adult males. Usually the upper lip is involved. This is the mostly seen on one or other side at the site of the right or left fusion line. Now the malignant neoplasm. By far the commonest malignant lesion is the squamous cell carcinoma of the lip. Besides this, one may come across basal cell carcinomas and melanomas arising from the skin of the lip. Now the carcinoma of the lip. Certain important points are here. Lip carcinoma accounts for approximately 15% of all the malignant diseases of the face and head and roughly 1% of all cancers. The lower lip is affected is more than 90% of cases, upper lip is only 5% of cases and 2% occurs at one of the angles of the mouth. 90% of the cases are seen in males. This carcinoma is rarely seen in individuals below the age of the 40 years. Incidence increases with advancing age with highest incidence in the 6th decade. Carcinoma of the lip is rarely seen in the blacks. Persons with light colored skin, blue eyes and light colored hair when exposed to the sunlight appears to be highly susceptible. There is a definite correlation between the lip cancers and exposure to sunlight. Persons who work in the outdoors or at higher elevations where the effects of the actinic irradiation are stronger are more susceptible to the development of the cancer, of this cancer. And the next is other predisposing factors are syphilis, excessive use of the tobacco, particularly smoking of pipes, keeping the khaini between the lower lip and gums, heavy alcohol consumptions, previous gamma irradiation. Now the examination of this condition, that is the malignant tumors of the lips, the cancer starts as a small lump or nodule which ultimately ulcerate and develops a typical everted edge of carcinomatous ulcer. The base is hard and indurated. Floor is covered by a thick greyish yellow slough. It is a mixture of necrosed tissue and inflammatory exudate. It is a thin as the ulcer is repeatedly rubbed by the tongue. The edge of the ulcer is proliferated and everted. This is a red and bleeds easily. Discharge is thin, watery and slightly bloodstained. It is often infected through rarely purulent. Mobility, the lump is invariably fixed to the subcutaneous structures of the lip but can be moved with the lip. It is easily separated from the jaw and is freely mobile over the jaw. Only in late cases it may be fixed to the gum and the jaw. Now the next point is the lymph nodes. All the draining lymph nodes should be carefully examined. These are preauricular, facial, submandibular and upper deep cervical groups. Now the treatment of the carcinoma of the lip is the first is the surgery. Small primary lip cancer of the well differentiated types are adequately treated by local resection. A V excision is a popular method. For larger lesion, excision of more than half of the lip may be required. Excision of the lesion should be accompany a wide margins of surrounding healthy tissue. In these cases, through knowledge of local and distant flap technique may be required for lip reconstruction. Now, The radiotherapy still has many advocates as a primary modality in the treatment of the lip. A typical course of the radiation therapy lasts several weeks with daily treatment 5 times a week, which is followed by the breakdown of the tumors and slow healing. In favorably lesions, the cure rate of the radiation therapy is 80% to 90%, almost similar to the surgery. However, the radiation therapy produces considerable morbidity and usually does not treat the regional nodes. Prior radiotherapy may increase the problem of wound healing if recurrence develops and surgery is then required. Dear students, here is the end of our surgery lecture number 111, that is the lip. Thank you.